Alrighty, let's make sure I think everything is how it should be. Adjust my volume a smidge. There we go. Just a little bit loud today. All right, so that's posted and all is good there, I think. Oh, good. I do also need to go over here, and I need to actually into story. New post. Up. Here we go. And bring you down here. Your story. All right, good. All right, hold on a second here. All right, there we go. I didn't want to blast you with my Kleenex nose blow situation. There we go. All right, now we're good. We're good, sort of, maybe not. All right. Okay. Just like everything's fine, and then I hit stream, and everything goes to hell. All right, so this is what I did last time. And of course, last week I was sick, so I didn't do a animation stream then. I'm still kind of on the recovery. And I wanted to do a little, just a shorter one this week. This one was a fun one I did. Just go over what I've done so far. So what I'm thinking of doing this week is actually something, you know, this is a tap one that I was going to put on Jiffy. I want to do like a love, like hearts or something with a floof. This one I was trying to get my main focus was the flowers, because I wanted to have that all kind of going around and windy. This is probably one of my lesser ones that I wasn't too happy with, but I mean it was an effort. And this one was a good one too, the chasing the butterfly. That was kind of my first attempt at a walk cycle. He's just kind of plodding. I thought that one worked out pretty good, the little wave. Just 3 frames on that one. I think this was the first. I still love the music notes, how they're kind of just kind of bouncy and just kind of floating. All right, so let's do a square like this one. Let's swipe through. Let's find what I want. Screen size. That's what I want. And I think I'm going to go ahead and plan this one out like I have the others. As soon as I'm done with my coffee, I'll do a cough drop. So let's see. I'm going to have like maybe he's waving those little maybe what action do I want him to do? Like maybe waving like this, maybe. Just sketch something out here so we can. So yesterday was pretty intense. I was drawing, I guess what amounted to be about minus about an hour for lunch and dinner and breaks, probably about 10 hours straight. And by the end of it, because I had to do, and I got it done, so this weekend was, I had a client project which is a concept for an 18-hole putt-putt course, all themed holes. And what I do is I take all of the ideas and input and kind of brainstorming. It's not like a mood board, but sometimes it is because they send me references of stuff. So I have to take all of that. I have to take a plot of land and I have to convert that into a themed golf course that you go through. And so I worked on it this weekend, and it was Saturday and Sunday were both on just compiling all the materials and getting the themes written down, so kind of distilling it all down into workable themes. And then Sunday was taking the plot of land, which in this case was very tricky. It had an interesting shape, and smack in the middle of it is a billboard easement. And so I have to leave access to that billboard. Hey Sharon, welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday to you too. I'm working on a little floof love. Actually, I think that could be cute if I do a little grass on the bottom just to give the a little weight to it, have him standing on something. I was talking about what I was working on this weekend, and like yesterday was just a complete, and I was using my Pomodoro Focus app to keep myself on track and break things down, and I figured out that I can draw about 2.5-ish holes in 25 minutes. And so that was interesting to figure out, and it was pretty standard, even if it was, I mean, they're shorter, less involved ones, it'll take me less time, but if they're more detailed ones, it takes longer. I was doing that all yesterday, so I had to draw the course, 18 holes, overview map, and then 3 views of like 3 holes that I pick. And then I had to do a comic in my daily. And so when I got my comic drawn at the end of it. And then when I got to coloring, I started getting twinges in my wrist. I'm like, oh God. And so I had to finish quickly because I knew it was going to not be good for much longer. It's a weird kind of twinge that I would compare to, like, if you have sensitive teeth, that kind of flash of, oh crap, I just hit a nerve, or I just, something was exposed, and my tooth is sensitive. I compare it to that because it's kind of like a flash up my wrist. But I was impressed that it stood for that long. So, but that was yesterday. Maybe I'll make these hearts bounce and jump like those music notes did. And I intend to perhaps color this, because I do want it to be a nice, this is intended for a Jiffy update, and I need to add, I think I've got a list of a couple that I'm doing. And I'm also only using half my seat because I've got a coconut who's taking about 2/3 of the chair up today. So she's not being generous to me. But yeah, so that was yesterday and this weekend. And but I'm happy I got it done. And I started calculating out the timings, and I was like, I was gonna, I'm good to have a break for dinner at around 7, and I did. And I watched the end of World War Z, which had started the night before. And that one's curious. I don't know if you've seen World War Z, but it was originally based off a really popular, and that was kind of, if you're rewinding through zombie cinema, I think that was one of the first introductions of fast zombies. No, it wasn't, because I think the original Zombieland came before that, and I think there were some faster zombies in there, but not like the fast zombies that were in World War Z. But World War Z was kind of a production hell story. They started making that movie, and it wasn't released for like 4 years because it had so many problems. And so when it finally came out, it was nothing like the book at all. I mean, it just shared the name, essentially, and maybe some, maybe. I'm trying to remember if there was that whole scene, because the original book is kind of like a series of interviews, and that's what I thought was, fascinating about it. It kind of took pictures from all these different people, and what their zombie apocalypse experiences were. All right, so let's see here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a new track for this one. And let's extend this guy a little bit. I'm gonna take him up to, let's see, 8 frames. I feel like that could be enough, a good little loop, and then I can just duplicate. Oh heck. But yeah, she's been in a very lovey mood lately, so I've been absolutely delighted about that. As far as Coco goes, I feel like my brush size is not serving me well right now, so let's change that up. There we go. I should have plotted out. I guess I don't need to plot out much, because they're just going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. So I just need to go 1 and back. I think what I'm gonna do is, whoops. I think I'm going to make a separate layer for the ground elements, just so that's always constant, and I'll have grounding for the floof. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll jump back into that track when I, oops, once I get that mixed up and figured out. Although I probably don't need... Stop second guessing myself. That's just my ground layer. What? Oh, boogers. All right. Apparently, I forgot to add a new track. I thought I added a new track. All right, maybe I should map this out. I probably should map this out. Hey Dee, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Happy April to you too. Done with my coffee. Always sad. But now I can have a cough drop. So I'm still like on the tail end of it. I think what this is now is allergies, which is unfortunate because I haven't had to deal with this for years, but for some reason, this year I am. It used to be really bad. Like I'd have to get, you know, shots and stuff. So, when did that start? Like junior high maybe, or high school? I'd have allergy medications, and it would be the worst when I would walk through a field of clover, or yeah, like when I was on the golf course for my golf team. If I didn't have my allergy medications, my eyes would get so buggy I could barely see. It was usually something in the grass and the whatever out there. Hanging in there these days. Had a rough day yesterday. Oh, I hope you'll have a better day today, Dean. I hope it gets a lot better. Baby. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? You don't need to sit on my... Here's a tail. You want your heating pad? Oh, you do want your heating pad, and it's still on, so it should be a kitty magnet. That tiny little bloop right there. I should have mapped this out. I really should have mapped this out. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of holding this one, I'm just going to map it out on this track. I'm going to hide this for now. Let's just map. So what I want him is to be waving, or he's either going to do this or he's going to be like waving it with. So we've got a new frame right here. I don't want it to be that big of a wave. He's going to be planted in the same area. So that'll be there. I've got to be careful that this thing doesn't actually flop out of range. Why are we not drawing? What is going on? Got 91% on my pencil. That's weird. Well, the thing is obviously working. What have I done? I feel like I did something. Because look, it's not even... What did I do? Yep, that's not working. What have I done? Opacity's at max, normal. I've got my color. Why won't my pen draw? Will it even draw on this anymore? It won't draw on this anymore at all. What on earth? But that's up to the point where I was able to draw last. What is going on? Let's go in here. Let's see if I can draw on this one. Nope. But that's okay. Hey Catherine, welcome to the stream. I'm trying to figure out why my Apple Pencil has stopped working, but it's not stopped working because look, I can pick that up and move it, but I can't draw. And look, see, it adjusted. See, look how Flipbook is moving. If I draw, it's going to adjust down, so the stroke is there, but it's not visible on my screen. What is going on? And I look, I can't do anything with that, I know. What on earth? It's not like the thing is not registering because I'm controlling this with the pen. But I'm going to open up a new file just to see if it's the file. Nope. It's the entire thing. It's not drawing. What if I change the brush? Oh, that works. Okay. But my line art brush is no longer working. That one's working. Why is my line art brush not working? I want to see if it's working in Procreate. That one's working fine. Okay. What? All right. I'm going to do a Google. See if we can figure this out. Create Dreams, import, brush, not working. No. How about let's change this. Stopped working. No, it's not. Import is not working. It is the brush itself. Stopped working. Read it. Even though can't import. It imported fine. It just stopped working. Interesting. 1 month ago. And no answers. Okay. Well, let's check something real quick. Oh, that is unfortunate. Because I'm going to try and import this brush again. Let's see if that'll work. No, sure. I think that's the wrong thing. Thought I could just pick up. No, I don't want to delete. Stop it. I thought you just picked it up and moved it. You don't. Okay, So I think spacing is a little jitter and fall is off. So maybe if I can recreate this, if I get off of split screen. Yeah, it's unfortunate that my brush is no longer working. I really don't understand why this is a problem. Because it's obviously drawing, because see, it adjusts. I edit. Can I really not edit brushes in here? I mean, this'll work. It's not my favorite, but definitely not my favorite. Oh God, no. What was that ink brush? So I liked Syrup. Syrup was okay. Ugh. Well, what was the other one I liked recent? Baskerville. Why won't it work? Oh, that's horrible. What are you doing? I feel like this whole thing is going batty. That's not right. What on earth is going on with my... That's not how a brush is supposed to work. That one's okay, but it sucks. What on earth is this brush? It was not working that way before. Am I seriously gonna have to use Syrup? Oh, that's a little better. It's not the best, but... No, it's really not the best at all. Let's try this guy. That's... Technical pen looks like it's a tiny... yeah. So the closest I could find was... closest I could find was Baskerville, but then it stopped working. Oh, boogers. What the heck am I supposed to do now? I'm sorry, guys, that this has turned into a troubleshooting stream. No! What the heck? I'm holding out hope. Yeah, I guess I should not hope for Baskerville. Maybe I just need to, yeah, I tried to shut it off and restart it, and that was no bueno. But oddly, the Procreate works fine. So if I go here and go into this, this is my Be Cute Learn Art brush, and I can't even, I gotta remember how to import the new brush. But it's not the program. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, it is the program, it's not the brush. I might have to restart the entire iPad. Well, I can try to soldier on and just use the brush that's not the most ideal. Just to get this done. I just hate how it's not smooth. Oh well. Edge is the worst. I want my brush back. I want my brush back. Oh no, imported. And I can't make that any bigger. So not smooth. I'm just gonna try out all of these to see. Nope. And the one I want does not work. Because that would be lovely if it worked. But it doesn't. Gel pen, not much variation there. Yeah, and that's, whoa. Okay, so that's another wrinkle. So gel pen, this is me pressing as light as possible. This is me pressing as hard as possible. It's going the opposite direction. The gel pen is getting thinner as I press harder. There's something wrong with this program. And I'm thinking it's on the iPad itself. Alright, well, let's just draw something in Procreate now. Just to... get something done with this stream. I'll do a full reboot on the iPad, and hopefully that will fix it. It's disappointing. I have a full charge on it too. Well, I did, 88%. It was charged up this morning at least. Alright, so what do we want to draw? Someone is doing April Fool's Day prank. That would be devastating if that was, you know, because I know a lot of artists use Procreate and the iPad as their tablet, as their, you know, workstation, like Complete. Mom Chan playing a visit. It is. She's going crazy today. Let's see what I want to draw. I think they'll just be... This will be a rainy day one, maybe. So. Maybe some moss growing on here. They don't, I mean, that's so bizarre. It's gotta be my iPad. I probably have to reboot it, but if that doesn't work, because I don't want to reinstall Procreate Dreams and lose all of my files, but I don't see how uninstalling, I'm sure that you can, well, I could back up on my file system. I could back up all of the Dreams files. But if those files themselves, no, it's the program, because it was consistent throughout the other files that I opened. It just stopped working. Although if it was system-wide, I would expect Procreate itself to not work. But then again, this is a much more finished program than Dreams is. Speaking of which, we're supposed to be getting an update on it, which I was super excited about. There's a big one apparently coming for both. And the Dreams one, we're supposed to have the ability to save GIFs from the program, transparent GIFs from the program itself. Currently, you have to export transparent PNGs and then go into Procreate and use Procreate to assemble them into a file, or other things, which doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, but big deal though, because I love inking. Inking is incredibly fun. Let's see here, and I think I'm going to fill in the silhouette with black, but I of course will leave. That's gonna give me a problem around the edge of like this right here. It's gonna give me. I think I can make it work. Guess if it doesn't work, I could probably open up ToonSquid. I think ToonSquid is an alternative that I could possibly use. I think Calibri is another one. I need to test it. At the end of the day, I'm kind of understanding and getting Procreate Dreams, but if the program just doesn't work, then there's not much I can do. Let's see. Just going for it because really? Come on. There we go. this little area. I don't want to black it out, but I kind of have to. I'm going to make this a little bit tighter and smoother. Goodbye, cute little crevice. I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, now. That way I get a little bit, look at that, I like that, I like that. Just get a little bit of light on the edge of that so you can see that it's kind of progressing in. Now this is what I got so excited, and when I was doing my Tuxie Jones painting on Friday, I got so into the inking, and I just kind of got lost in it. I think officially, yes, that is my favorite. Coloring is fun, but inking is really like what you can do with just one color, and, you know, finessing your lines and blocks of solid versus, you know, if you've got powerful lines, you really color almost becomes icing. Frosting. Frost yourself. That's a nice shape. I am happy with it. I'm not happy with those though. Oh, no, 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 no. Come back. I didn't say you could go anywhere. Fiddlesticks. I want to do, let's see, he needs some friends, so that's no. You are not invited. Only thing that hurts is these beautiful lines aren't vectors, so I am limited already in what I can do with this. But I found out that the screen size on this actually makes a pretty decent print. So I can print, ooh, I think I've tried to print an 11 by 17 with one of these designs before. And it actually, I know 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11 worked beautifully. I'm trying to remember if, trying to remember if the other worked as nice. Oh, look at you. We're gonna just give that a nice little nudge out of the way. We got some friends here. So let's give this D, if you want, oh, actually, one of the books that I have always recommended, let me get it here. If you're interested in upping your inking techniques, take a look into the How to Think When You Draw books, as well as the tutorials. If you don't want to spend the money on the books, all of the tutorials are available for free on their blog. It kind of sucks to have to search through all of them when you can just like open a book and beautiful inking. But yeah, their Kickstarter is going on right now. I think it's 8 or 5 or so days left on it. I just love the inking techniques and how he explains thinking your way around drawing problems. And so I think they're up to, yeah, the newest volume is volume 8, but on the Kickstarter they have bundles, like if you just want to get, like, say 1 through 3 or 1 through 2, or just the number 8, you can, and they're worth it. They do ship from England, so I want to say one book was like, for some reason I am landing on either $15 or $25. And so what I did was, I believe I just did the number 8, even though I'm sorely tempted to get the How to Think When You Write ones. But I just went with 8, and I believe that worked out to be $52-ish, $54-ish with shipping. So on just one volume. But they're really worth it, I think, as far if you want to kind of up your drawing skills and really focus in on some inking techniques. I just got a message from one of my clients. They're very happy with I did a post for them today, and very, very happy with the post I did. So it's always nice to get a happy client message. Nah, I like that shape. I like that sweepy look, but kind of want to. Ooh. What if? What if I did that? Oh, what could we do with this? What could we do? Ooh, he's knobby. I don't like that. We need a nice strong stem to hold up this brave mushroom. And he's kind of, I don't know. I'm not digging that. We need to have some words here, friend. Seem to be going for these, like, no, I don't like that. Seem to be going for the same shapes over and over again. I want it to kind of sweep. Ooh, that could be interesting. Let's just make it like that. Did I just do the same thing over and over again? Yep, but that's okay. Oops, no, I want that. All right. How would you say you start getting clients? I don't have a lot of followers on IG, but I'd love some tips from you. I think definitely network. Let your friends, family know that you're looking for clients, because a lot of I've gotten a lot of good ones from networking, but also one of my most interesting clients came from Craigslist. And but I got him like literally 10 years ago, I think, almost. And so Craigslist might be different now, but I have gotten some from there in the past. I don't know if it really performs as far as getting clients these days, but going around to your local coffee shops, putting up a little, printing a little flyer or business card. The local ones here have like business cards. Some of them have business card bulletin boards. The art shops have them here too. But if you're involved in any local like communities, maybe a church community, or maybe a book club, reading club, if you frequent certain small businesses or mom and pop shops, make it known that you're available. And I think that, you know, once people have it in, you know, their head that you're looking, and they'll start making those connections, because maybe, you know, your best friend is going to talk to somebody they know, and you know, that person is going to be starting a small business and they need a logo, and your friend will be like, hey, you know, Catherine is, you know, working on logos, so let me connect you to. So I think, you know, especially in an age where social media, you're like, you know, shouting into a thunderstorm, and you can't really be heard very easily, especially without the long game, you know, building an audience up over time. Local networking is the way to go, because I think a lot of people too, again, you know, there are always the exceptions to the rule where people are like, no, I just want to go to Fiverr and get it done. But I think a lot of people want to have a human touch and someone they can talk to and communicate directly with. And I've had several clients that in the past have come to me because I was local, because, you know, they had said, you know, I worked with this person on Fiverr in the past. It was a disaster. The communication just did not work. And I wanted to be able to sit down in front of somebody and, you know, communicate directly, show them my sketches, you know, get that one-on-one. So if that's something you can offer, I would definitely try and lean into that, because I think it's a valuable thing, especially in this digital age. But yeah, I mean, just I think part of it too is also a bit of a long game. So you just have to find a way to get, I want to say get comfortable with the long game, but find a way that it works for you, so that you're always keeping your profiles updated, you're participating in communities. Again, it's a community building and networking. You know, you can do it locally in person, but also online. And, you know, and that's actually how I got some of my streaming gigs. I was really active in the Twitch creative community it started around like 2015-ish. And then 2016, Adobe swept in and they sponsored their channel, and, you know, it changed to, I think, Twitch Art or whatever. They changed it to Twitch Creative, the name, or something like that. And so they directly tapped some of the art streamers that were already there. And, you know, I was active in those streams, and that was part of what really got me excited about, you know, drawing daily and streaming and sharing that online, because I saw how much fun it was for them, and I was participating in the chats. I eventually became super mods for a couple of them, and when they were tapped for Adobe, they asked me to come and be their mods on the stream. And so that's kind of how I got in and started streaming for Adobe itself. And then, of course, later when they launched their Behance streaming service, they went back to that pool of people they already knew, brought them over. And so, yeah, that, you know, I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Just, you know, pick a few baskets. So don't try and spread yourself out between 10 different platforms and also try to network in person. Find your strengths and play to 2 or 3 of them, and really play on those and say, okay, I'm going to go to, you know, I'm going to look up small business events locally, because, you know, if you're in a city, odds are there's going to be some sort of small business community, or even women in business communities, you know, that type of thing. Go there, put your card out, and, you know, see what comes of it. But yeah, so those are just some of the general thoughts. I hope those are helpful. But, you know, also keep in mind that you're going to be rejected, and rejection sucks. But, you know, it's kind of something that you can toughen up to. And, you know, eventually you'll see problem clients coming a mile away, and you can say, yep, nope, sorry, pass. And I've had a couple of those that have taught me a lot. So, I mean, yeah, it sucked to have those problem clients, but they were lessons that I was grateful to have, because now I know and can see those same type of people coming a mile away. And I know that, yeah, no, I'm not gonna give them my time or energy or creativity. And, but yeah, I hope that helps, Catherine. Again, just don't try to, another thing is, don't try to please everybody and give your, you know, post the kitchen sink out there. pick the things that you love and that you would have no problem with having a client, you know, that wants you to do that type of work. If you hate doing website work, don't put it out there. I mean, because that's something that I fell into the trap of. I really loathe website work, but I was getting clients with it, and I was like, fine, but it was kind of, I never wanted to do it, so I delay it and delay it, and my performance as a freelancer for that client was suffering. So I was just like, okay, you know, I'm not going to offer these unless the client is really easygoing and, you know, it's not under a time crunch. And those are the ones I kept. And but yeah, if you're doing things that you don't like, you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're not going to do your best work. You're not going to show up for it. So, and that will reflect in probably the client relationship. And, you know, if they're not super excited about the work you did, they're not going to suggest you to other people. So just keep that in mind too. My mom always told me, at least through myself. Yes, exactly. 100%. Mama knows best. But yeah, so I hope that helps, and I hope you can find some good clients out there. But I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream now. I've been going for about an hour and a half. I'm going to do some troubleshooting to see if I can fix. Definitely will reboot the iPad completely and maybe give it like a rest or something for an hour or so and see if that will bring it back. But otherwise, I'm going to have to do some, maybe try to re-import that brush, maybe try to erase the old brush. I don't know, but I'll figure it out, and hopefully I'll have some more animation streams here next week. Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you guys for stopping by. It's always wonderful to have your company and chat. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. Catherine, Sharon D, any of my lurkers, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back on Thursday with comics, and I'll see you then.